What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at some Hottoys collectibles. They have released 5 new figures, and we are going to be taking a look at them in this video. First of all, we are starting with Flash, but not Flash, it is Supergirl. A lot of people have been complaining about this one because they don't believe she actually looks like the actor that this figure is trying to portray, whereas lots of the other figures do look like that said actor. These figures are always really expensive. They're like 100, 200 pounds each. But they are really high quality. They have so much detail in them. They have a fabric suit over the joints, so it looks like the character and you can't really see the joints, which is really good. But it does also have that posability that you would expect from an action figure. These are quite big as well. They are like pretty scaled up. They're more for display than play, like a lot of these really expensive action figures. But here is Supergirl. I think it looks quite good. I like all the detail in it. It looks very accurate to the trailers that I've seen. I haven't actually seen the movie yet. There's been a lot of complaints about it, so I have held off a little bit. But from the trailers and what I've seen, this is quite accurate. I do agree the face is a little off. I don't know how to put it, but it's just something about this photo in particular that makes the face look a little off. Moving on to the main star of the show, we have the Flash. Who does have 2 heads. You can remove his head and sort of change it out if you wanted to. He does have some extra parts you can add on to him to make these sort of lightning bolts go on his hands. His suit is a little more plasticky than fabricy compared to Supergirl. His is more like latex, whereas Supergirl's is like a fabric mesh. He's very shiny and very detailed. His suit in this new film is incredibly detailed. But incredibly awful because it's mostly CGI. He has a nice sort of logo on his chest there, and he has all these sort of circuitry patterned throughout the entire suit. He does have an alternate head for Ezra Miller, the actor. It does look like Ezra Miller before everything. That I'm not going to get into that right now, but it is a really cool figure. Flash is one of my favourite heroes, so it would be a good one to have in my collection, but I cannot justify spending £150 on a figure when we have DC Multiverse figures which do the same figures but very much less quality and to a smaller scale, but they are just normal action figures. If you do buy this Flash figure, though, you do get a speed ring. You do get the Flash ring, which you can wear. It is like an extra bonus gift that you get. To sort of wear when buying this figure, which is really cool. Moving on to Indiana Jones, one of the very few figures to come with a stand. His stand does include the like a rope bridge, which is pretty iconic to adventure movies. But this is Old Man Indiana Jones. This is one from the recent movie, The Dial of Destiny, which is very accurate to Harrison Ford. You cannot take the hat off. The hat is stuck to his head. And he does have a leather jacket, and that will be a mini leather jacket. That will be actual leather on the indie figure there, which is very cool. But just look at all the detail that they put in the face. They even get all the paws and all the stubble. They just put so much time and effort into these figures. They're so expensive. I don't know how many get produced of each character. Usually with these high quality figures, there'll be 100 pieces made. But they just look so good. And he has his own little stand which says Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny, and it's like a little rock sort of chunk of earth which he stands on, which is really cool. But we have 2 very distinguished gentlemen here. We are taking a look at Back to the Future, sticking with that sort of 90s film vibe. And here we have Doc Brown. You can change their clothes. You can put ponchos on them and stuff. Their hats are stuck to their head, though. You cannot remove these hats. They do come with a lot of accessories. They come with guns, photos, some the scale model that they make to sort of get back to the future. They have jackets. There is 2 different clothing options for Doc Brown, and I do believe you can change his clothes if you wanted to. You can take his trench coat off and put on his normal coat, or take his normal coat off and put on the trench coat. He does have whatever that is in his hand as well, but just look at the face and the hair. The detail that goes into these figures is absolutely insane. A lot of time and effort is put into these, which is really cool. And I would like to have a display of these one day, but I just can't justify spending that amount of money on it. Um, but Doc Brown and Marty McFly, they have done these characters before. They have done them from the first film in their normal outfits. They've done them from the second film in their future outfits. And now it's nice to see that going for the third time, go with their cowboy outfits, which isn't my favorite outfit of theirs. It's just, I don't know, their cowboy outfits don't really stand out to me as much as the future ones did, or their normal ones did. I don't know, I just feel like the cowboy outfits are pretty boring and basic, but that's what they wore in the cowboy times. I don't know how I feel about saying cowboy times, but you know what I mean. It's just, there's something about it that's just not, like, it just doesn't stand out. Like, if you put them on a shelf with some of your other, like, Hottoys collectibles, like, say you had these two, and then you had, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy, your attention's going to be drawn to the Guardians of the Galaxy, not these two. Or if you had them stood with the other Back to the Future figures, your attention's going to be straight to the future one, and then to the present day one that they have before the cowboy one. So I feel like the cowboy one is always going to be last, and I don't think it's going to sell well. I only think collectors of the full, like, Back to the Future line will be wanting to get these, and not like everyone who just likes Back to the Future. I think they would prefer the original two that they made, because if I'm being honest, the cowboy bit isn't my favorite bit from Back to the Future. I believe it's Back to the Future 3. It's not my favorite one. It's where it's sort of starting to get really over the top, because they had a time traveling train at the end of that one. It was a good film. Don't get me wrong, but I did enjoy the first two a lot more. I think number 2 is my favorite, and then I'm gonna go with number 1, and then ending it with number 3. But yeah, here they are. They look insanely accurate. Marty McFly and Doc Brown, in their little. There is a lot. You do get good value for your money. There is a lot in these packages. Like, you get alternative clothes, alternative heads, some accessories for your character, and they're really good and high quality. They're really cool, and yeah, that's about it.